What day is it? Is it Wednesday? Is it New Comic Book Day Wednesday? Yup. What's up, guys? I'm realizing I never show you my dog. That's Jerry. I never show you Jerry. So today's New Comic Book Day Wednesday. Of course, we're gonna go pick up our New Comic Book Day hauls. You guys know the drill. Every single Wednesday, I'm bringing you New Comic Book Day video. So we also have the haul, but in addition to that, we're gonna be doing the top 5 comic books of last week. So March 26th, super stacked week. Great week for comic books. Let's talk about the best 5. In this video, we're also doing my TBR for the month of April, all the graphic novels, all the comic books that I'm looking to read for this month. Got a lot of cool stuff. Got a big boy Omni, couple of deluxe editions, that sort of thing. In this video, we're also doing 3 underrated DC comic series. So 3 series that I never hear anybody talking about. So let's give them their love here. 3 DC comic series that I think you guys should be reading. And then we're gonna finish it off by talking about the DC Connect. So the one that just came out for the month of April, that's looking forward to everything coming out in June. So the April to June DC Connect. You guys really enjoyed the last one. We're just gonna flip through it like magazine style. Just call out some things that look interesting to us from the month of June. So yeah, man, that's what we got for today's New Comic Book Day video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Use the chapters down below to skip around. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're doing this every single week. It's New Comic Book Day. Next time you guys see me, I'll be in my car with the haul. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Read more comics. You guys see the stack. April 2nd, New Comic Book Day. Lots of great pickups this week. Starting off with Absolute Green Lantern, issue number 1. New series from the Ultimate Universe. Loving that. But we also have Absolute Superman issue number 6. Excellent stuff here, man. Double absolute titles. Loving it. We're at the point now where there's so much absolute that they're coming out multiple times a week. We also have Daredevil Cold Day in Hell, new series from Marvel Comics. So this is probably my Marvel Comics pick of the week. This is probably my DC comic pick of the week. You guys know what I'm saying? And then we've got the sleeper pick of the week. Resurrection Man Quantum Karma. This is from DC Comics, but it's their black label. This is going to be the most underrated series. I don't hear any buzz about it right now, but there definitely should be. Make sure you guys pick this up when you're at your local comic book store. Rob V sent me an early copy of, digitally, but checked it out. I loved it. It's many deaths of Layla Starr, but in the DC universe. Really beautiful stuff. Loving that one. We also have, in addition to those, we also have new series out of Oni Press. We have Plague House. Dave Chisholm doing the art. This is probably my indie pick of the week. Dave Chisholm, buddy of the show, friend of the show, doing the art for that one. Cool stuff. Lucky Devils number 3 out of Image Comics. Excellent stuff. Same creative team as 8 Billion Genies. It's been a fun series so far. I wouldn't say it's up there in terms of 8 Billion Genies level just yet. Batgirl's number 6. This has been great. Tate Bromble, Miyazawa on the art. I think this is the last one of this arc, so I'm excited to see how it kind of concludes. We also have JSA number 6. Loving this one from Jeff Lemire. And a lot of people maybe are cooling down on this series, but I think it's starting to ramp up, dude. So, not a lot of hype around it, but I've been loving that one. JSA number 6. Two-Face number 5. Sad stuff, dude. There's one and one more, and then I think it's over. But one of the most underrated series out of DC for sure. Hopefully maybe one day they can revisit this creative team and do like a volume 2. That'd be cool. Birds of Prey number 20. The most fun book on stands. I stand by that. Kelly Thompson. Excellent stuff with the Basri as like kind of a an artist for this arc. Excellent stuff, man. They can stay around for a while. I've been liking it. So Birds of Prey number 20. Let This One Be a Devil number 2 horror series out of Dark Horse Comics. James Tynion IV writing that one there. Cruel Kingdom out of Oni Press. This is their it's their what's it say on the side there? It says sorcery, right? So it's kind of like their medieval fantasy sort of horror series. Maybe not horror, but sometimes horror, you know what I'm saying? But mostly fantasy. And then we have from last week 4, I forget, but Last Days of Superman, Last Days of Lex Luthor. Didn't want to miss out on this one. Made sure to ask my shop to go pick me up one because really excited about it. Can't believe it's actually out. The delay on this has been like a year and a half or something like that. But that's what we got for New Comic Book Day. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your pick of the week is in the comments. My pick of the week, again, is got to be Absolute Green Lantern. Excellent stuff. I can't wait to see how that series turns out. But yeah, man, that's what we got. Be sure to watch the rest of the video. Use the chapters to skip around. Throw me on the TV, bro. YouTube, TV. Throw me up there and just let it ride, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you guys for watching and read more comics. Top 5 comic books of the week. Top 5 comic books of the week. We've got my top 5 comic books of last week. Kind of hard to make this decision, make this list, guys. A lot of great stuff came out last week, but let's get into it, dude. Top 5 Friday. That's what we're calling it. Don't know if it's going to stick. Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 6 is my number 5 pick. Kelly Thompson writing with Matea de Luis. Matea de Luis. I'm sorry, I butchered your name. This is a creative duo that's frequently collaborated with each other on things like The Cull or a Birds of Prey little arc there, I believe. So we get Hayden Sherman coming off for a little bit, but we get Matea coming on. So really great stuff. In the last issue, Wonder Woman is pulled down into the underworld. So here she's just going back and forth with Hades. Some really smart and quippy writing here. Really great artwork. I mean, just the style alone, really, really great stuff. Not many comics looking like this, dude. We also get some behind the scenes back in the day of when Wonder Woman was trying to get a couple of resources to go on our quest to save the humans, right? So she needed a couple new weapons, and she needed the help of Prometheus, who's been sent, imprisoned by the gods on this mountain. Wonder Woman breaks him out, and for that, Prometheus says, hey, you can take my blood and my skin to make a new weapon, right? So, piecing together kind of how this Absolute Wonder Woman came to be, and I really enjoyed this issue. Great artwork, just an awesome series. A standout from DC, a standout from the Absolute Universe for sure. Still might be claiming that number 1 spot, you know what I'm saying, of the Absolute titles. Next up, number 4, let's go with We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, new Image comic series written by Matthew Rosenberg with art from Landini. Titov, I believe, is the colorist, and then Otsman Alehu as the letterer. Let's see if I'm right. Colors, Titov, and Jason Wordy. So, but yeah, the art from Landini. So in this, it's all focused on this girl. I believe her name is like Annalise. I could be wrong there. She's the daughter of this world-renowned kind of famous scientist / spy. This scientist guy, he's a really smart guy. He's got a bunch of robots that are helping out, kind of like butler robots. And we find out that this dad is kind of a bad guy. He's been kidnapping someone, keeping them in their basement. So this girl kind of learns like a dark history, dark secrets about her dad. The fact that he is, all these people want to go and try to kill him and that sort of thing. Things kind of escalate. We get a kind of view of there's like this spy organization. So this is the dad here. He's kind of a bad guy. And so it seems like this dad's on the bad side, but the girl is going to be kind of caught in the middle. We get this other spy who's going to be going after the dad, I believe. So yeah, I don't know. I don't want to ramble on too much, but this is just like an interesting kind of spy world with a lot of humor. I mean, of course, it's Matthew Rosenberg, so it's got to have a little bit of humor. And I'm just really in love with this kind of world that they built. Kind of cool sci-fi thriller that I cannot wait to see where it goes. Especially based on the main character of Annalise. I think she's pretty cool so far. And dude, excited to see. I think it's a revenge story where she's gonna go after maybe like the spies or something, like the spy organization. So yeah, man, We're Taking Everyone Down With Us. Great start from Image Comics. Number 3, guys, we're going with Free for All. Free for All by Patrick Horvath. Nice little one-shot from Oni Press. This is all about, it takes place in the future. If you're a millionaire or billionaire, that's great, dude. You're just gonna have to go into a lottery every year. Where if you're chosen in the lottery, you have to fight in gladiatorial combat for the rest of the world to see. So it's millionaires and billionaires fighting to the death. Pretty prescient in these times here, at least living in the U.S. Really interesting stuff. It turns out that this ex-wife and this ex-husband who hate each other, they're like the next up that are going to go to battle. So that's kind of what this focus is on in this first issue, or this one shot. But yeah, man, just an interesting kind of world. Interesting kind of concept, really kind of funny, really cool battle fight scenes, and that great Patrick Horvath art style, man. Really great stuff. Obviously the guy who did Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Excellent stuff there. Let's go for number 2. Number 2, we're going with You'll Do Bad Things, issue number 1 from Tyler Boss, Tertolici, and Otsman Alehu. That guy gets around. He's pretty busy. So this story is all about this crime writer who he doesn't want to write crime, but it's like the only thing he knows how to do. Every time he tries to write a normal story, it ends up being a crime story. So, but it turns out these stories that he's writing are coming true. So they're happening in real life. All these people are getting murdered based on the stories that he writes. So obviously he doesn't know that in this first issue, but yeah, really great art style, really great coloring throughout as well. Just like really unique. I really did fall in love with this art style. It's kind of wispy, kind of a little abstract at certain points, but really great coloring. I think that the inspiration for this is Tyler Boss said it's like some Italian horror genre called like giallo. It's like a slasher Italian genre of movies, I believe. So that's kind of the inspiration for this. All the stories are happening in real life. We'll have to see what happens from that. You'll Do Bad Things #1. Great start from Image Comics. And then finally, we got to give it to Absolute Martian Manhunter #1 for my #1 pick. Dennis Camp writing it with Javier Rodriguez on the art, also doing the coloring as well. This is all about this FBI agent who's a workaholic. He was a victim in an explosion, like a terrorist explosion. And in the middle of that explosion, his consciousness, his mind was invaded by like an alien. So in this first issue, we just get him, you know, fresh off the explosion. He's going kind of crazy. Like you see his world is kind of getting a little wacky, a little abstract. He's kind of seeing things, hearing things, and then it kind of all culminates in him kind of getting not like used to his powers, but like first exposure to it. He can see the memories and the emotions of all the people around him. So this Martian is kind of talking to him, kind of confusing him, making him go crazy. But just look at this art style as I'm flipping through, man. I mean, this is some of the most whacked out, crazy stuff you've ever seen in a comic book page. Really just awesome stuff. I cannot wait to see where this series goes. Congrats on it getting extended to 12 issues. I'm really excited about that. Absolute Martian Manhunter #1. But that's it, guys. That's my top 5 comic books of the week. Really stacked kind of list, man. A lot of different ways you could have stacked this differently. Ask me tomorrow and I'll tell you a different list. But that's what we got for today. Top 5 comic books of the week. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know how you'd rank them in the, rank your comics down below. Thank you guys for watching and read more comics. Welcome back, guys, to another kind of special video. It's different, but it's not, right? So in the past, I've shown you guys kind of listed out what I'm reading in the month. So we're gonna do kind of the same thing. So this is everything I'm reading in the month of April, but we're gonna walk around my room and kind of pick it off the shelf. Maybe I can talk about it like that, and then after we'll show the art. So stick with me here, trying out a new thing. Got a new camera as well. So first thing, dude, we're heading over to the Omnibus, the DC Omnibus shelf. And I felt like reading some Batman and Robin, dude. So I've got this Batman and Robin by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason Omnibus. Of course, that's kind of pairing with the Superman Omnibus that they did. So I've read that in the past, really enjoyed it. I want to read some Super Sun stuff next up, but I think you got to read the Batman and Robin run first. So that's what we're going to be reading, the Batman and Robin as my Omnibus of the month. Next up, you guys know I'm trying to read like a ton of the Daniel Warren Johnson stuff, right? So last year, I had a ton of fun reading Wonder Woman Dead Earth. I read Murder Falcon, that was great. I think for this month, for the month of April, I felt like reading Space Mullet. So I believe this is Daniel Warren Johnson's like first, first big series that he was known for coming out of Image Comics. So Space Mullet, that should be pretty good. So back in the day, The Road was my favorite book of all time. I really loved it. Obviously the, the writers got some I don't even know too much about it. I guess he's a terrible person. So we're not gonna say his name, whatever, but The Road was one of my favorite books of all time. So we're going to read the graphic novel adaptation by Manuel Larsenet. So I've heard this is really good, and flipping through, I mean, the artwork looks really good too. Let me try to find a good, yeah, man, that's right up my alley. So The Road, one of my favorite, bodies of work when I was a kid. Excited to check out this graphic novel adaptation. And then you guys know me, I'm always trying to read some Ed Brubaker stuff. I think that we're gonna go for Criminal, the Deluxe Edition, volume number 2. So have not read this yet. You guys see it sealed. Been reading a ton of other stuff, kind of putting their Criminal series on the side. But yeah, it's time to get back to it, man. Let's start reading Criminal, Deluxe Edition number 2. So as you guys saw, this is what I'm gonna read in the month of April. Did I choose too many things? Am I way in over my head? I have no idea, dude, but let me show you guys some of the art on some of the stuff that I chose. So the first thing up, was that Batman and Robin omnibus. So I'm a big fan of the Superman omnibus, like I was saying. I really enjoyed reading that. It was kind of like, you know, bite-sized, like 2 or 3 issue kind of adventures for Superboy, or, you know, Superman and his son John Kent. So in this, man, I'm really excited getting some Damian Wayne and Robin relationship, because that's something that you know, I quite like in the comics. Like, I think if a writer can get that relationship really well, you're in for a good time. So yeah, man, Patrick Gleason, Peter J. Tomasi, really excited about this. The big boy omnibus, it's got like 1,000 pages, so you know, maybe in over my head, but we'll see. The Superman one read really fast, like it read really quickly. You can kind of just tear through those 2 or 3 issue arcs. So yeah, man, excited about this. Batman and Robin, Peter J. Tomasi, giant omnibus there. The deluxe edition of the month, you guys know me, man. You guys know me. We're going with Criminal deluxe edition number 2. Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. Huge fan of the first deluxe edition, but it's been a long time since I read it, man. I will be honest. This is kind of like, I say it all the time, it's like my desert island reading, dude. Like, I don't need to read everything Ed Brubaker. I read it every now and then, dude, and I know I always love it. So this is you know, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. They're epic, critically acclaimed crime series. You guys know all about Criminal. I don't need to talk about it too much, but just to show you guys a little bit of the art. Got that dark, inky, noir kind of style that I love, dude. So really excited about this. Criminal deluxe edition number 2, continuing the series, and then I got one more left for Criminal, but a ton of other Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips stuff yet to read, dude. It's awesome. It's the greatest. So the next thing up, kind of a different sort of format, different right here. We got The Road, a graphic novel adaptation by Manu Larsenet. So I showed you guys a little bit of the art, but I didn't do a good job, so I'll show you guys again. This art style is just fantastic. I was flipping through this at the bookstore. It caught my eye because I know The Road is one of my favorite books as a kid, like I was saying. And this just looks really gruesome, really graphic. I really like kind of the darkness, the almost like monotone kind of use of color. So yeah, man, excited about this. The Road, for those that don't know, really tragic kind of story, post-apocalyptic, father and son crossing the wasteland. So really like the movie too, Viggo Mortensen, good movie there as well. The trade paperback of the month, we're going with Space Mullet, dude. Daniel Warren Johnson, of course. This is his Image comic series that maybe started it all, you could say. So we got Space Mullet, and yeah, dude, this is really cool. So it's got you know, Daniel Warren Johnson's classic kind of art style, but you know, it's obviously just way different than later on stuff. I mean, it's not more simple, but it's like, it's less bombastic, you know what I mean? So yeah, dude, I love the use of like the blue, black, and white. That's really cool. So yeah, if you can pull that off, dude, like the use of tri-colors like that, really cool stuff. Don't know too much about this series. It seems sci-fi, right? This protagonist seems kind of like a doofy derpy kind of guy, but he's got like a space crew behind him. So excited about it, man. Let's check it out. Space Mullet. So that's what we got for what I'm reading in the month of April. That's what we got, dude. Nice big old stack of comic books. As always, let me know what you guys are planning on reading this month. I'd be curious to know. But thank you guys for watching, and read more comics. Welcome back, everybody, to a very special video. Today we're talking 3 DC comic series that you got to be reading. These are the 3 underrated DC comic series, in my opinion, the most underrated. So we have 3 of them here. Really interesting stuff. Don't hear a lot of people talking about these. Let's just get into it, man. The first one up, we're going to be talking about The New Gods. The New Gods, written by Ron V with art from Evan Cagle. This series is fantastic, dude. So for those that aren't familiar with the Evan Cagle and Ron V relationship, dude, they started working on this series called Dawn Runner out of Dark Horse Comics. It was about like mechs fighting giant kaiju. So when that was you know, coming out, I thought it was awesome. And when it was announced that this duo would be taking over the New Gods for DC Comics, I knew it was a match made in heaven. So let me just show you guys. Let me let the art do the talking. All right, let me let the art do the talking. So you get this great battle scene. Sorry about the glare, can't help it, dude. But just look at like the detail you're seeing in here. Just really epic stuff. So Evan Cagle is great with that epicness. In this series, we also get a variety of guest artists. So in this one, in this issue in particular, we had Federici coming in, who also has a great art style, really, really great detailed, kind of, I don't know, painted kind of look. So the story, though, is all about this prophecy about New Genesis falling, right? They're going to get taken over by these guys coming in, these aliens or whatever. They're going to take over New Genesis. There's also related to the prophecy about this kid on Earth, or sorry, not this kid. This is Big Barda and Mr. Miracle's kid. But this kid on Earth is going to become really powerful, and he needs to be kind of stopped because he is going to be maybe the downfall of New Genesis. So Orion has been sent to go get this kid from Earth, this Earth kid who's going to, grow up and he's part of the prophecy and all that stuff. But Mr. Miracle and Big Barda are going to take that kid and try to protect him from Orion. So that's kind of the story about what's going on here. We get the stuff on New Genesis, like all the big battles and stuff of all the new gods trying to protect New Genesis. And then we go to Earth, where it's Big Barda and Mr. Miracle trying to save this kid from Orion. But just look at this art style, man. Excellent stuff, dude. You get great coloring from Segala as well. Great, awesome moments. I mean, look at this Big Barda just stopping this truck. So if you're looking for like great Big Barda moments, this is a series for you. If you're looking for great Mr. Miracle moments, it's been really fun so far. But yeah, man, just a great standout issue. I did want to show you guys. So in this one, the guest artist was Bernard Chang, but still got that Evan Cagle. So look at this, right? So you got this girl. I was told that this is a new character. This isn't a previous new god. So her name's like Shadowfall or something, right? So she is approaching this giant wave of enemies. She's charging up her giant light bow and arrow, and then she just rains down arrows all over the battlefield, dude. So just epic stuff. That's the example I wanted to use to show you guys and try to convince you guys to read this series. It's been awesome. My first ever New God series. I'm loving it. Definitely recommend there. The next series I want to recommend, dude, is this Green Arrow series, dude. I don't think enough people are reading this Green Arrow series, written by Chris Condon with art from Montos. So I wasn't, the biggest fan of Joshua Williamson's Green Arrow run, but since then we got a new creative team jumping on, and I'm a huge fan of Chris Condon. His indie stuff has been standout, but Montos, he was doing Green Lantern War Journal, so to see him going from Green Lantern up in space doing crazy awesome space artwork to going from a street level Green Arrow, I was really interested to see how that would go. But look at this art style, dude. Montos, something about it, very thin lines but so well detailed. Just look at everybody's facial expressions, right? I'm a huge fan of Montos's artwork. In this series we also get letters by Hassan Otsmane-Alehu. So you see here Green Arrow taking on one of the serial killers, and just awesome fight scenes. Really great poppy colors. So yeah, but that's the thing. It's the colors are Andrea and Lucas. So Montos and Andrea and Lucas are such a great creative duo, with that great, serial killer kind of crime writing from Chris Condon. I think this series would just stand out. So the story behind it is all about Oliver Queen is investigating this this organization was paying for, they were dumping a bunch of toxic waste into this community, right, essentially. So all the different people from that toxic waste community, they're kind of taking it back to the CEOs. They're kind of taking it to, hey, you guys destroyed all of our lives, we're going to go after you, and become a serial killer cult sort of thing. So that's kind of the situation in the story, and Green Arrow's got to try to stop them. But this cult, I mean, they're very sympathetic kind of goals, and what they've been put through by these corporations dumping all this waste and stuff. But yeah, man, really just excellent stuff. We get this dog, Green Arrow. The dog's name is Arrow. Green Arrow's new dog. We get this investigator, not reporter, she's a detective lady who's helping Green Arrow out. Yeah, man, this has just been stand up. Green Arrow, definitely recommend it. I think it's on I think it started with issue number 18 or something. So we've been going for a little bit, but I think it's just not enough people are talking about it, man. So we got Oliver West playing dumb. We get cool shots of him on the motorcycle. I wanted to show you guys him. Oh yeah, this sequence here, him zooming through the city. You see the green light dodging between the cars. So yeah, man, I don't know, just really creative and inventive Comic booking in this series, great stuff from Chris Condon and Montos, like I was saying. And then last up, guys, gotta talk about it, Batgirls. Batgirls has been really, really fun. Really great stuff from Tate Brombo, who I'm not familiar with as a writer. I know he's had a couple of indie series under his belt. He's doing Green Lantern Dark right now, which is a horror Elseworlds Green Lantern series, but we get the artwork from Miyazawa and the coloring from Foucher, or maybe the coloring from Spicer, I don't know, but actually Miyazawa was the artist. The inks are Wayne Foucher. So in this series, it's kind of got a pretty basic story so far. So Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, her mom is Shiva, and they're being chased after by like an evil ninja organization, right? So that's kind of the story so far. Batgirl kind of on the run. She doesn't really have the help from the rest of the Bat family at this point. She's kind of on her own with Lady Shiva, kind of in like a seedier underworld part of the DC universe right now. Kind of towing the line between, I'm Shiva's daughter, but I'm also Bruce Wayne's daughter. We get great action sequences like this from Miyazawa. The DeLuca effect, something that Miyazawa loves using. There's like one in every issue. Really great fight scenes all throughout. But man, just like really great mother and daughter moments between Cassandra Cain and Shiva. You can tell that that Tate Brombo really just gets that relationship. But I'm flipping through, man. You guys are seeing this artwork. Really great stuff as they're kind of approached by that evil shadow organization. And then look at this fight scene, man. Just awesome stuff. So I definitely recommend this Batgirl series. There's a sequence I wanted to show you in this next issue too, to try to convince you guys. But yeah, I mean, the story is doing nothing crazy, but I really do think that Tate Brombo is getting the relationships that you need to get. You know what I'm saying? For Cassandra Cain, another DeLuca effect here. Cassandra Cain landing. And in this sequence is great because you can see Cassandra Cain sneaking around. So that's her there. She's kind of sneaking around in the cave system. So it was really fun reading experience, like trying to look for her. Look for where Cassandra was. Over here, you see Cassandra there. See her up there. See her hanging. So yeah, just a really fun reading experience, dude. Had a lot of fun with this one, and I'm having a lot of fun with this Batgirl series. So that's one I definitely recommend. But that's what we got, dude. Those are the comic books, the 3 DC comic books that I recommend checking out. Definitely underrated. I would go as far as to say criminally underrated, dude. I don't hear anybody talking about these. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and read more comics. Welcome back, everybody. We did this video last month. You guys enjoyed it quite a bit. We've got the new DC Connect. Of course, this is the one that comes out on April, and it's everything that's going to be available from DC in the month of June. As you guys can see there, the highlight series that they're trying to do on the cover is Godzilla, King Kong, Justice League 2. Interesting stuff. But let's get into it, man. I didn't read the first one, so that doesn't really, I don't know. Is it worth the read? Let me know in the comments. I missed the first Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Let me know in the comments if it's worth going back and checking out. Of course, ripping through this Superman Unlimited. That's Dan Slott's new Superman run that's starting this summer. Excited about that. Okay, this is interesting. We get Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman series, a new series written by Tom King with art from Belen Ortega. Now, the Wonder Woman series written by Tom King had these backup stories that featured young Trinity stories, so it seems like she's now getting her own 6-issue miniseries. That's pretty interesting. Those were a highlight from the Tom King's Wonder Woman run for sure. Absolute Batman, we get this beast of a Bane. This picture was released maybe like last week or whatever. People are going nuts over it online. I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks like it fits in the Absolute universe. I don't know what people were expecting from Absolute Bane, but pretty interesting stuff there. We get some, looks like we get some Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen stuff. Absolute Wonder Woman fighting a Minotaur, maybe. We got Absolute Flash donning his costume. We got Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, because obviously at this point in June, these series are all going to be on issue number 4, issue number 3 for Absolute Green Lantern. We get issue number 2 of Supergirl from Sophie Campbell. I'm excited about that series to start up. The end of the Justice League Unlimited crossover between it's Justice League Unlimited and then Batman Superman World's Finest. I believe those are the 2 series crossing over. This is pretty cool. So we get the new history of the DCU. So this is going to be like an all new celebrating 90 years of DC. We got Mark Waid coming back to write it, and it's going to be a 4-issue miniseries drawn by some of DC's greatest artists. So in this first one, it looks like we're getting Jerry Ordway and Todd Knock. When they released this, I thought that the art was going to be from Chris Samney, Mark Waid. I was pretty excited, but seems like it's just Chris Samney on the covers there, but still pretty interesting. Moving right along, we get Superboy. Mark Waid's coming in to write the Action Comics title for a little bit, and it's going to be focused on Superman's early days as Superboy over in Smallville. That's pretty cool. Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Catwoman. Keep ripping through this. The Green Arrow series has been stand out so far. I'm not reading any of the others on this. I'm reading them digitally, but not picking them up in singles. This is cool, right? So we get Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton. I'm excited about this series to start up this summer. A new series focused on Crypto, written by Ryan North, who's doing great stuff over at Marvel Comics. Written by Ryan North with art from Mike Norton. The only thing I gotta say, right, is I'm not a big fan of Jai Lee's art style. I don't know if that's a hot take. So I kind of wish that the cover of this was swapped with the Dustin Wynn cover. But I don't know. I just think the Dustin Wynn cover is pretty sick. So that's probably the one I'm gonna pick up when I pick up this series. I gotta tell my shop about it. Moving right along, we've got Nicole Maines' Secret Six series. Mr. Terrific Year 1. Just moving right along. Nothing too crazy of note here. This is cool. Really excited about this. So Batman and Robin, Jason Todd, #1. Written by Jeff Lemire with art from Dustin Wynn. Just mentioned him. So this is a sequel to the Batman and Robin series that the same creative duo did that was focused on Dick Grayson. Now they're taking a crack at it, focus on Jason Todd. So very, very excited about this. Super hyped, man. We get that cool Jeff Lemire cover. Probably one to pick up as well as the Cover A Win cover. So that's really cool stuff there. Moving right along. We get the case #3 of Batman Dark Patterns, which in my opinion is one of the better Batman series on stands right now. Definitely check this out. This starts arc #3, I believe, so good jumping on point. Of course, we get the DC Pride 2025. Looks like this one only has 3 covers of the DC Pride, and then only 3 covers of any variants for any other series. I thought that was pretty interesting. I feel like that's less than they normally have. Could be wrong on that. Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma, written by Ram V. Issue #3. Ram V was nice enough to hook your boy up with issues #1, 2, 3 digitally to check out a little bit early. And it's awesome. Resurrection Man is really great. It's going to be a standout series for sure. Don't sleep on this one, dude, for sure. Green Lantern Dark, DC versus Vampires World War V. Some stuff for the kiddos. We get some DC crosses Sonic the Hedgehog, Teen Titans Go. Some facsimiles. We get some George Perez postcard variants. Those are really cool. Of course, classic. Shout out to the legend George Perez. There is a new Death of Superman Absolute Edition that's like inside of a tomb, inside of like a headstone. So that's really interesting. Going into the collected editions, we get some more stuff for younger ages. This is important, right? So if you guys are looking for the trade paperbacks of the Absolute series, this is where it starts. Absolute Batman #1, Absolute Superman #1, Absolute Wonder Woman #1. So all the volume #1s are coming out soon. So definitely stay up. Keep your eyes up. Keep your eyes up for these. Also the Justice League Unlimited. We get Ram V's New Gods as well. So a lot of great trade paperbacks are coming out soon. Definitely keep your eyes out. And then we also have some of the DC finest. We get the first Blue Beetle, the Dan Garrett. We get DC, the New Frontier from Darwin Cook. That's a great pick for a DC compact. And then the DC finest up there, kind of a weird era of the Justice League where they're in, where are they? They're in Michigan, headquartered in Michigan. So pretty weird there. I do see that Tom King is getting an omnibus. His Batman Omni is finally getting an omnibus. Nothing of note. These are interesting too, because I just see because Jeff Lemire wrote both of these, and I hadn't heard about them before. So the Terrifics, I got to pick this up because the Jeff Lemire series, And then I like Jeff Lemire's DC work quite a bit, so definitely got to pick these up. And I think that's it, dude. That'll do it for the DC Connect for April, for all the stuff coming out in June. Let me know what you guys think of this. What are you excited to read? I know I blasted through it pretty quickly, but it's, you know, mostly focused on stuff that I'm interested in reading, interested in checking out. So that's what we got for today. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments and read more comics.